action. Camera. Oh, it's the other way. Camera, action. I'm fixing my MacBook Air. It has a bad battery. It died. So I got a new battery here. See? I got it from iFixit. iFixit.com. They send you the battery. They even send you a little, you know, screwdriver thing that fits these little tiny screws on the MacBook. So I got the bottom of the case open, set it aside, and now I got to go on to the next step. And I got to disconnect the battery. There's a little clear plastic thing here. This is called a whatchamacallit. I'm not sure what it is, but it's really pointed on one end, and then it's got kind of like a, I don't know, it's hard to see that, but it's got kind of like a shovel thing on this end with a little notch in it. So I'm sure it's going to come in handy. Keep me from, oh, it's called a pudger. Spudger. S-P-U-D-G-E-R. A spudger. So we're going to spudge this thing and remove the battery cable. And anytime you work on a Mac, you want to be really careful that you do things in a specific sequence. Because if you don't, you might ruin your laptop. That's not good. So iFixit.com has instructions step by step. Not only can you order the battery or the parts from these guys, but then they give you instructions step by step on how to fix it once you get the parts. Just wonderful. It's just a wonderful service. This battery was $84. Look at the size of this thing. It's a huge battery for a laptop. See the size of that thing? Huge. So anyway, $84 and some change, and you do it yourself. Can't beat that. Just be careful. Okay, that's all I got. I got to go back to doing this, so you can watch me, but don't say a word. This is very delicate work. So no talking in the background there, no peanut gallery, no nothing. Just Marcus has to focus. And you keep those separate from those three that you just took out. They're going to have to go back in the new battery, just like that. Oh, these are tiny. Look at that. It's just like a pinhead. Can you see that? Look at that. Just like a pinhead. That's the size of these screws in these. And even in the iPhone, they're even smaller. I mean, they're just if you blink, you miss it. That's how small they are. Very, very small. All right. There we go. Okay, 5 screws removed. Okay. When handling the battery, avoid squeezing or touching the 4 exposed lithium polymer cells. That's 4 cells there. It looks like 4 little squares. Lift the battery from the edge nearest the logic board, so that's lifted over here, and remove it from the upper case. Okay, so here we go. Lift it from here. Nope, lift it. I got to get into here. There we go. I don't have any fingernails. Spudger. There we go. The spudger. There we go. Look at the size of this battery, folks. Oh, and that's heavy. And it's bad too. I think it's puffy. Look at that. That is the battery, the old battery. Look at the size of this thing. All right, now I'm going to set that aside. And I should clean this out. There is some dust particles in that, but I think I'll just leave it alone for now. Okay, here we go. New battery. There goes the new battery. Now the new battery is going to have it says don't touch the cell, so I'm not going to touch it. The new battery, notice the new battery has plastic over it. And they say don't remove that. You know how we typically remove the plastic over our electronics? They say don't remove that, leave that on there. So I'm going to leave that on there, even though the old one doesn't have it. So I'm just going to leave that there, and I'm going to set it right in place. Bingo, look at that. Huh? Is that sweet or what? Okay, so the battery's in. And here we go. We're going to put the torque screws back in. Look at the size of these things. They're just so small. There, it's magnetized, so you can, I got the shakes. So it can be a challenge to put these things in. And if you drop them, oh boy, be sure you drop them on top of your desk, because if you drop it on the floor, that's going to be an all-night experience. I don't know how tight they, do you need a torque wrench? No. Just hand tighten them. All right, I think I got it hand tighten those two. Okay, now these other three these are different size. These are a little longer, and they go right back where they came from. I'm going to start the middle first. Middle first, and then I'll take the next one. This is the second one. There we go. That's Sammy. That's our pit bull. He's out there. Somebody must be in the street or something, because he normally doesn't bark unless there's somebody like a delivery man or something like that out in front of the house. All right, that's 3 screws. 3 of the longer screws, they're all in. I want to see if I'm using I want to make sure I'm using the right bit. I was using a smaller bit, so I use this larger bit. There we go. Bingo. Bingo, bingo. Okay, so that's in. Now the hard part, which is getting this connector. You think taking it out was hard. Putting it back in can be quite the challenge. You don't want to bend any pins when you reinsert the connector for the battery to the logic board.
4.
All right. Yes, sirree. See if we can get a little light on the situation here. There we go. That's better. I'm going to put this old battery back in this plastic here. And so I think you dispose them properly, you probably have to return it to the company, and then they can recycle the battery. That's a big battery. All right, so let's see what we got here. We got this tab. Tell you what, I'm gonna go back to the video and see if this guy's got any Any secrets?
Metal. These are all T5 screws.
No, they're not.
Go ahead and unscrew them and remove the battery. Battery installation. Go ahead and place the battery into its orientation as follows. Secure it with the 5 T5 screws, one in each corner and one in the center. You can do them in any order that you like. Go ahead and reconnect the battery.
Watch this.
Place the cover back on top. Go ahead.
I don't know about you folks, but I'm a little more careful when I take these connectors and reconnect them. Because if you get them misaligned or something, you can bend a whole bunch of pins, and then life is not good. See, and this is I'll look at the old cabling and see if it was kind of like bent down a little bit so that there's more room. Let's take a look at this guy. Oh yeah, you see that? I don't know, you can probably see it there. Let's see how they bent that cable down. And the reason they did that is because there's only so much room and they need to shorten that cable, so they actually bent it down. Of course, I didn't do that, but I'm going to do it with my smudger and see if I can make enough room so I can get the connector to reconnect. Right now, it's just straight as an arrow. Yeah, it's just straight as an arrow. Yeah, and of course, it's going to be a bear. This is not going to be easy, ladies and gentlemen, because you got to make it straight. There, smudger came in handy there. I think it's inserted, and that cable is popped up. Is that cable popped up? The cable with all the wires? No, looks okay. Yeah, it's good. All right. All right, the next step is to put the bottom cover back on it. So let's do that. I'm gonna 30. I'm gonna put the bottom cover back on, and I think you just kind of tilt it just the same way it came off. Oh, mercy, that's nice. Okay. All right, now let's go back to our diagram to see which screws go where. So what I'm going to do is go back up to step 1 where I took the screws off. All right, so the 9mm go on top. Those are the long ones. That don't fit that bit. You gotta use the other bit. It's a small bit on these. They're all different. There we go. There's 1 and 2. So the longer ones go on the top here. And then the short ones, there's 8 short ones, they go around the circumference of the bottom. There we go, tight. Tight. All right. We'll start down here at the bottom. And again, don't lose any of these screws, because then you got a laptop that's kind of unsecured properly. And it needs every operating screw is important. Not like working on a car where you wind up with 10 or 15 screws left over from the project. Laptops are a little different. You just get it in there. There you go. Hand tighten it only. Now, in the instructions it says I have to calibrate the battery, which means I drain it all the way down to 10%. Once it reaches 10%, then I go ahead and plug it in after I've drained it all the way down to 10%, and then I fully charge it to 100%, and then it'll calibrate the battery. What that means is the software has to know how discharged your battery is. So you have to calibrate this new battery with the software, with the operating system. Okay, that's all, ladies and gentlemen. Please. Yeah, I'm getting a stop signal. Y'all have a nice night, and y'all take. What's that boy barking at?
It's on.
Huh? What? I didn't hear what you said. You said it's on? Oh my goodness sakes. I thought we were at the end. But anyway, I'm still putting screws in this thing. There's 10 screws that go in the bottom of this. 8 of them are the same size. 2 of them are longer, and they're at the top, very top, or the very, well, you know how it is. All right. Good thing there's a little magnet on this bit. That little magnet helps so you don't drop these screws when you're trying to line them up and get them into the hole and screw them in. One more, and then we got to turn it around, turn it on, and see if we've got power. Come on, the last one's always going to give you a problem. See that? All right, here we go. That's the last screw, ladies and gentlemen. That's tight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nine. Bingo! All done. Okay, so let's put everything away here. Real quick, we'll put the bits back into the screwdriver. There we go. We'll put this back in. Put the old battery here. Put it away. There's the old battery. The glass back. Boy, those come in handy these days. Okay. Now we'll turn the MacBook Air on. Got some gloves there. Let's see. Shut off the light. I don't want to shut off there. There we go. All right. We'll turn my laptop on. Oh, wait a minute. Well, yeah, that's fine. We'll turn it on. I've got to put a case back on. There's a bottom part of the case. I got to put it back on, but I'll put that on after I know that this new battery is working. All right, so we'll turn this thing back on. Hold the button down. Did you hear that? That means power. Okay, Rhea, that's the end of the video. All done. It's powering up, so I just have to let it discharge, you know, leave it on, let it discharge all the way to 10%. And then it says charge it uninterrupted all the way up to 100%, and then the battery is recalibrated. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, comment. Don't forget to push that notification bell. Bye-bye.